Well, it's Wealth Wednesday, and we're talking today about building wealth as an adult. It is possible. Yvonne Delry, an investment specialist with FirstOntario Credit Union, is licensed under Credential Asset Management to provide investment advice, and she's going to give it here. And let's start off with, what do you consider to be a young adult for this segment?
I consider probably between the ages of 18 and 25. So I have children myself that are in that age group, and I hear from them and their friends kind of what their worries are and what their fears are for their future. So, in past Wealth Wednesday segments, we've talked about education, how to build that kind of foundation, but it's once they start into the workforce that they really should start to plan and build for their future. So I normally start out, and this is really for everybody, but I normally start out with young adults. Build a budget for yourself. That's kind of, I think, the first step. Know what your net income is, which is your pay after deductions. Then know what your expenses are. So this goes with fixed and discretionary. Fixed being the bills that we can't change. Rent, debt repayment, utilities, gas, insurance, all of that type of thing. Discretionary is vacations, entertainment. Subtract that from your net income, then you know what you have for savings, and then build yourself a timeline to figure out what your priorities are and save for those priorities.
And then what's an effective way of saving? Is it having that money taken off right away off your paycheck and maybe put into another account?
Oftentimes I have suggested set up a savings account to kind of keep it separate from your spending, but also know what your priorities are. So there are short-term priorities, emergency savings. There's mid-term savings, so saving for a home, maybe paying off some student debt, and then it's never too early really to think about retirement. Set a time frame as to when you want to start saving for those goals. I think one of the biggest challenges that I have seen in the industry, and that has kind of changed over the last 30 years, is what the expectations are that kids want. They want things right away, so they don't have patience.
Right. And sometimes it's they want to live in the house that, they've grown up in, not realizing that maybe their parents had an apartment first and then a starter home and then perhaps the home that they're in now.
So they have to know it's a marathon, not a sprint. Right? So they have to have patience. They have to gain the knowledge of what's out there. And then sometimes they don't seek advice from a professional because I don't know if they think that that they seem unintelligent or they look foolish, but that's the exact opposite. Right. They should seek out the advice.
Right. So we've got about a minute left. How do they start investing now? Because compound interest, so important later on.
So let's talk about the two types of investment strategies that there are. So it is guaranteed investment certificates where the principal is guaranteed and the interest is guaranteed. However, there is less flexibility with an investment like that because you've locked your funds away and the growth does not have preferential tax treatment. So it's meant for shorter investing. Then there's mutual funds where you're investing in the markets. It's a way for small, inexperienced investors to get into the markets. It is meant for people who want to take advantage of the long-term growth potentials. There's liquidity, there's tax treatment. Okay. So I always say too, my mantra has been dream, plan, achieve. So we know young people have dreams. We want them to start planning so that they can achieve their dreams.
Okay, and start now.
Now and really think about it.
Yvonne, great advice. We'll get all your links up on our website, chch.com.